Hi everyone, I'm Renee and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're making these easy Darth Vader cupcake toppers. This video is part of a Star Wars collaboration with some of my YouTube friends, so stick around to the end of my video and I'll have a link for the playlist, or you can find all of the links in the description box below. This topper is actually really easy to make. You need a 1-inch ball of black fondant and you're going to roll it to get the cracks out. Form that into a bell shape and then start to flatten it. As you flatten it, you want to keep pinching those bottom corners to maintain the bell shape. And I flattened this until it was about a 1/4 inch thick and about 1.5 to 2 inches tall. And you can go in with a palette knife or even a butter knife to make sure that bottom edge stays straight. Now about the bottom 1/3, we want to pinch and shape into kind of these triangular flaps. So you can pinch it with your fingers, or I found it really helpful to use a butter knife and just the back edge of it to push that out and into a sharp angle. And then just, of course, make sure that bottom edge is flat. Now I'm going to use a bubble tea straw to imprint the eyes, and I'm doing this just above those flat parts that we made on the bottom. Give it a nice deep impression, and here you can see they're a little off center, but that's alright. We'll kind of disguise it with the rest of the decorations we're going to do. And right under each eye socket that we made, I'm going to use this knife tool and form 2 little upside down triangles. And with a little bit more of the black fondant, I'm just rolling it out. And I'm going to cut out a small triangle. And this is going to be the mouthpiece of the Vader mask, going right side up right between those 2 triangles we embossed. And I'm just rounding out the corners of the triangle with my finger. And with the knife, I'm just going to emboss some vertical lines that will be like the vent of the mouthpiece. With a tiny ball tool, I'm going to go in and impress 3 little indents on each of the corners. You could also use a toothpick for that. And with the knife, I'm just making lines along each straight edge of the triangle, connecting the dots that we made. Now, using just a little bit of water, we'll attach this piece to the mask. And I'm going to make that top indent just a little bit bigger. And here I'm going in with the blade tool and just making some ridge marks down between the eyes. Now roll out a thin, skinny rope of the black fondant and then roll that out thin. And from this, you're going to want to cut a narrow strip. And of course, you can use a ruler to make this perfectly straight. As you can see here, my strip is not quite even, but that's okay. I'm just going to move forward anyway. And with a little bit of water, we're going to attach that strip down from the bottom corner up over the eyes and then down to the other corner. Now just place the strip on, and when you go over the eyes, you want this to kind of hang over the top edge of the eyes, because this is kind of a visor part of the mask. And trim off the extra. Here, I'm just going in with the blade tool to push that strip down a little bit in between the eyes. Any little narrow blunt tool will do. And don't worry too much if you mark the mask right above that because we're going to cover that up. Now roll out another narrow log of the black fondant and roll that out thin. And just square that up into a straight strip. And this will be the piece of the mask that comes down the center right to the eyes, just attaching this with a little bit of water. And again, trim off the extra. And that's the Darth Vader mask. And I also made these quick and easy lightsabers. I just took some pretzel sticks and dipped those in some red candy melts about 3/4 of the way up. And set the pretzel sticks on some parchment paper to allow the red candy melt to set up. And once the red has had a chance to set, just cover the remaining edge of the pretzel stick with some gray candy melt. Now to ice the cupcakes, I have a French star tip in a disposable piping bag. And I have 2 other disposable piping bags, one with a little bit of black buttercream and one with a larger quantity of red buttercream. And I'm going to tuck those down together inside of the disposable bag with the tip. And this is a nice, easy, and neat way to get a dual colored buttercream. Just give it a little squeeze on a scrap of parchment first to make sure both colors are coming out, and then you can ice your cupcake. Then just add the decorations. I put the lightsaber towards the back, and then I put the fondant Darth Vader mask right in front of that. I also made some green lightsabers, and I thought it would be cute to decorate some of the cupcakes with these dueling lightsabers. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out the other projects from this Star Wars collaboration. You can click the images on screen now or find links in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos.